Guess who's back? Back again. Gosei Green1290's back for a review of Zyuohger. Enjoy while you can. I am so sorry for doing that. It's just that I wanted to do something funny for my first lines back from the break of YouTube. But either way, hey guys, Gosei Green1290 here. Now, for those of you who didn't know it yet, or for those of you who do know it and are just now getting new to the Super Sentai community, either way, Zyuohger is right now going down as the least viewed Super Sentai in all of Super Sentai history. Now, I can understand why the media doesn't like Zyuohger, but I personally did like Zyuohger for what it was worth, but a lot of people didn't, with the exception of anniversary stuff, which is what I'm going to be talking about today. Now, for those of you who didn't know yet, I actually did an analysis of the Zyuohger vs. Gokaiger crossover special that happened at least a few months ago before the switch to 2017. And that video has pretty much given me at least 2,000 views on YouTube as a whole, which is crazy. But, however, though, I figured since I already did an analysis of the show, I figured I would do a rundown and a review of Zyuohger vs. Gokaiger. Now, bear in mind, I had no problems with Zyuohger again, so sorry if I say things that may trigger some people. But if you don't like it, don't comment. If you don't like the video, don't say anything. And if you don't want to watch the video, don't watch it. With that aside, I figured I would start reviewing this now. So without further ado, here's Zyuohger vs. Gokaiger. Now, to be fair, I'm not going to be doing this as a full-on review since I don't have any footage for it. But again, I'm just going to be doing what I normally do, and that's just still images while I talk about it. Now, the basic plot of the episode is that an ancient whale guardian named Ceteris was the first ever Zyuo the Whale, and that he left the whale charge gun, aka the Grand Champion symbol, somewhere on Earth. And the whole entire plot is that the Zyuohgers are trying to find it. But however, though, a new space pirate Bangalore, comes into play and tries to take the whale charge gun for himself. Now, while they're trying to think of a next move, the Bangalore actually invades a local restaurant where the Zyuohgers just so happen to be, along with another famous pirate that just so happens trying to eat his bowl of curry. And since they're a new Sentai, he decides to morph into action and tries to fight them off. And he also says he's going to help them try to find the whale charge gun as well. But however, when they do, though, it just so happens that Marvelous actually betrays the Zyuohgers and says that he wants the Grand Champion symbol for himself, considering the fact that it's a greater treasure that the enemy wants. And since that he's a space pirate, he's also searching for treasures. So when the Zyuohgers find out that he finally stabs in the back, they morph into action along with Marvelous. And also to prove that he's far more superior, and since he's the 35th anniversary Sentai leader, he decides to morph into the following Rangers: Gao Red, Geki Red, Red Buster, and Red Hawk. And however, though, since the Zyuohgers never saw these Red Rangers before, they have a hard time trying to combat them. And, of course, Misayo also is upset, considering the fact that he can only transform to 3 times, and he can only combat him with only those 3 forms, while Marvelous can combat him with only 4 during that battle. And, of course, while he transforms into Red Hawk to fly away, Yamato decides to take to the skies with his Beast Unleashed form for Geo Eagle. And, of course, Bangalore also brings back an old enemy into its mega form, and Misayo has to take it down since that's the only thing he can fight at the mere moment. However, though, during the time that Yamato and Marvelous are trying to fight for the whale charge gun, the other Zyuohgers are ambushed by the other Gokaigers. And this is where things get interesting, considering the fact that the Gokaigers, well, the rest of the Gokaigers, Gokai Blue, Green, Yellow, and Pink, fight the rest of the Zyuohgers, except Misayo, since he's fighting, well, the monster in Tosei Zyuo. The rest of the Gokaigers decide to use the new range keys that they just collected during the fight. And the following range keys that they do use are Yellow Buster, Awa Ninja, Tokyo Yongo, and Kyoryu Pink. And since that they changed again, they have no idea how to combat it, considering the fact, well, that they are new Sentais that are veterans, and they have no idea how to combat it since, well, they're a new Sentai. But I have to admit, though, just hearing some of the new phrases does get me hyped up. That is, if they didn't overlap each other, literally, when they all morphed at the same time, they overlapped each other. You could barely hear the guy who does the Mobirit's voice say Ninja, Tokyuger, and Kyoryuger. You can only hear him say Go Buster. which is sad. If I had to redo that scene, I would probably do it somewhat like this: have all the Gokaigers actually do have the rest of the Gokaigers do the morphs in the show. Gokai Yellow would do the Yellow Buster morph while it said Go Buster. Gokai Blue would do the Owl Ninja transformation while it said Ninja. Gokai Green would do the Tokyuger transformation while it said Tokyuger. And Gokai Pink would do the Kyoryuger transformation while it said Kyoryuger. Instead of just it being just one quick flash scene and just the sounds overlapping each other. Then at the end of the fight, Gokai Silver comes in with the Gokai treasure box, or whatever the heck it was called in the show. But basically, he comes in with the Gokai treasure box, and he says that they were originally the veteran Sentai before them, and that there were actually 39 Super Sentai series, and they were the 40th anniversary series. Also during this time, Yamato and Marvelous decide to fight again. Still fighting, Marvelous transforms into Aqua Ranger, and Yamato manages to beat him with his Eagle Saber, aka the sword that became a whip and he manages to collect the whale charge, and he manages to get the whale charge gun again. And then it's time for the big climax. The rest of the Gokaigers meet up with Marvelous and Yamato, and they finally agree that together they are the Super Sentai. Right. And since the Gokaiger decided to finally accept them as Super Sentai members, they all morph together as one big team, with the exception of Yamato transforming with the whale charge gun into Zyuoh the Whale. Now, to be honest, this is the proper way to introduce the final form for the Red Ranger, since, well, in most crossover specials with Super Sentais and movies, we only get movie-exclusive forms. But however, this is the exception since this was a 2-part episode, which means that we get to debut the final form for them. And Zyuoh the Whale, I like its design as a whole. It's pretty good. But however, though, I'm not going to go on too far with Zyuoh the Whale. I'll probably discuss Zyuoh the Whale whenever I do a top 10 final form list for Red Rangers. But however, though, there are some complaints with the final climax before the Megazord battle. And that is this. All Red Ranger transformations! God damn, you had so many opportunities to do this, Toei. I mean, what happened to the previous Sentai teams? You used them before, haven't you? Couldn't you just transform to Go Buster through to Ninja? I mean, you did it earlier. Why did you have to go with the easiest route? I mean, sure, most of the episode was Marvelous testing Yamato to be a proper leader of his Sentai team, but my God, did you have to do this? This is so cliche when you do a Gokaiger crossover, let alone anything that has to do with the Gokaiger. You have to do an all-red transformation. Okay, rant's over. Okay, after slamming my door into the head for a few seconds, the end of the episode ends with a climactic, well, at least I think it was climactic, Megazord battle between Wild Tosei King with a monster. I can't really remember the one that it was, since it's been a while since I've seen the special, but it was a monster. But however, though, while they were inside with the mecha and called out Wild Tosei King, the other Gokaigers were right there behind them and called out Wild Tosei King as well. Due to this being a shock, the Gokaigers decided to help them out inside the Megazord, even though that they still had Gokaio, but then again, though, Gokaio was destroyed in Gokaiger vs. Go Busters, even though this was proven. Anyways, they take Wild Tosei King out for a spin for a bit and realize that they need more power to combat the monster. And Doc decides to help them out with the power of the Ranger Keys. Now, the two Ranger Key forms that they actually use are the Denji Man powers and the Live Man powers, or in this case, the Grand powers, since they use the Grand powers for the mecha. Now, the only thing that made sense to me was the fact that they used Live Man, since that was the first ever Sentai to use animal-themed mechs. I don't know why they didn't use Sun Vulcan first, since that was the first animal-themed Ranger Sentai, but I digress with that, since I thought that was pretty cool. But then at the end of the climax, we get a humongous blast of energy from all of the 40th Super Sentai logos. I can't remember the final attack, but it was still awesome to see that. And at the end of the fight, And at the end of the fight, the Gokaigers say their goodbyes to the Zyuohgers and hope to see them again real soon. At least that's what I hope it was. And that was basically it of the episode. The whole entire premise of the episode was okay at some bits. The ending, the whole entire climax final fight was a bit anticlimactic, but the Megazord fight was pretty good, seeing the Grand Powers again and seeing the Super Live Robo back in action and everything, all the Super Sentai logos and everything. And, of course, seeing Marvelous and the other Gokaigers back again, and seeing the new Super Sentai Getter was also pretty awesome to see as well. And this episode, and these two-part episode was also awesome for what it was. I just wish that the rest of the people would actually like Zyuohger as much as this episode, because this was a proper way to display a final form in a crossover event, other than it just being a movie. Now, overall thoughts of this episode, I would have to give these two episodes a B-. Why B-? Because, well, it was great for what it was worth, but it was also bland, also.
And that's basically it. That's all there is to this video. And this is my first time actually doing something this big, so cut me a break if I stuttered on a few bits or if I just screwed up entirely on some bits. This is my first time doing it, and I was pretty nervous to do this video. It took me a while to get the beginning intro in. So yeah, and this has been my first ever full-on review. Even though this is probably going to be like an 8-minute video, but it was still my first ever review, and I'm proud of it. Either way, if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to drop a like, and if you want to comment on anything you guys want me to do next, or if I missed anything, comment below, and I'll try to see what I can do for the future. Overall, if you guys did enjoy this video, let me know. I really appreciate it if you did, and if I missed anything, again, comment below if I did, and if I'm messing up a little bit, I'm sorry for that. It's just I've never done this kind of thing before, so I'm a little bit nervous. So yeah. Either way, hope you guys had a happy holiday. I hope you guys had a happy new year, and hopefully you guys expect more from the future, because I'm staying, baby. And I'm working on my own schedule, so that means I'll get things out on my own time, so that way I don't have to do everything, do all these crazy extreme things just to impress you guys. So yeah, either way, this is Gosei Green1290 signing out.